How to get anything you want from anybody. Well, at least have the best crack at it. Have you ever admired those successful people who seem to have it all? You see them chatting confidently at business meetings or comfortably at social parties. They're the ones with the best jobs, the nicest spouses, the finest friends, the biggest bank accounts, or the most fashionable zip codes. But wait a minute. A lot of them aren't smarter than you. They're not more educated than you. They're not even better looking. So what is it? Some people suspect they inherited it. Others say they married it or were just plain lucky. Tell them to think again. What it boils down to is their more skillful way of dealing with fellow human beings. You see, nobody gets to the top alone. Over the years, people who seem to have it all have captured the hearts and conquered the minds of hundreds of others who helped boost them, rung by rung, to the top of whatever corporate or social ladder they chose. The foot of the ladder often gaze up and grouse that the big boys and big girls at the top are smart snobs. When big players don't give them their friendship, love, or business, they call them cliquish or accuse them of belonging to an old boy network. Some grumble they hit their heads against a glass ceiling. The complaining little leaguers never realize the rejection was their own fault. They'll never know they blew the affair, the friendship, or the deal because of their own communications fumbles. It's as though well-liked people have a bag of tricks, a magic, or a Midas touch that turns everything they do into success. What's in their bag of tricks? You'll find a lot of things. A substance that solidifies friendships, a wizardry that wins minds, and a magic that makes people fall in love with them. They also possess a quality that makes bosses hire and then promote, a characteristic that keeps clients coming back, and an asset that makes customers buy from them and not the competition. We all have a few of those tricks in our bags, some more than others. Those with a whole lot of them are big winners in life. How to Talk to Anyone gives you 92 of these little tricks they use every day so you too can play the game to perfection and get whatever you want in life. How the little tricks were unveiled. Many years ago, a drama teacher, exasperated at my bad acting in a college play, shouted, "No, no, your body is belying your words. Every tiny movement, every body position," he howled, "divulges your private thoughts. Your face can make 7,000 different expressions, and each exposes precisely who you are and what you are thinking at any particular moment." Then he said something I'll never forget. "And your body. The way you move is your autobiography in motion." How right he was. On the stage of real life, every physical move you make subliminally tells everyone in eyeshot the story of your life. Dogs hear sounds our ears can't detect. Bats see shapes in the darkness that elude our eyes. And people make moves that are beneath human consciousness but have tremendous power to attract or repel. Every smile, every frown, every syllable you utter, or every arbitrary choice of word that passes between your lips, draw others toward you or make them want to run away. Men, did your gut feeling ever tell you to jump ship on a deal? Women, did your women's intuition make you accept or reject an offer? On a conscious level, we may not be aware of what the hunch is, but like the ear of the dog or the eye of the bat, the elements that make up subliminal sentiments are very real. Imagine, please, two humans in a complex box wired with circuits to record all the signals flowing between the two. As many as 10,000 units of information flow per second. Probably the lifetime efforts of roughly half the adult population of the United States would be required to sort the units in 1 hour's interaction between two subjects, a University of Pennsylvania Communications Authority estimates, with the zillions of subtle actions and reactions zapping back and forth between two human beings. Can we come up with concrete techniques to make our every communication clear, confident, credible, and charismatic? Part 1. How to intrigue everyone without saying a word. You only have 10 seconds to show you're a somebody. The exact moment that two humans lay eyes on each other has awesome potency. The first sight of you is a brilliant holograph. It burns its way into your new acquaintance's eyes and can stay emblazoned in his or her memory forever. Artists are sometimes able to capture this quicksilver, fleeting, emotional response. My friend Robert Grossman is an accomplished caricature artist who draws regularly for Forbes, Newsweek, Sports Illustrated, Rolling Stone, and other popular publications. Bob has a unique gift for capturing not only the physical appearance of his subjects, but for zeroing in on the essence of their personalities. The bodies and souls of hundreds of luminaries radiate from his sketchpad. One glance at his caricatures of famous POPO, and you can actually see their personalities, sometimes at a party. Bob will do a quick sketch on a cocktail napkin of a guest. Hovering over Bob's shoulder, the onlookers gasp as they watch their friend's image and essence materialize before their eyes. When he's finished drawing, he puts his pen down and hands the napkin to the subject. Often a puzzled look comes over the subject's face. He or she usually mumbles some politeness like, "Well, that's great." But it really isn't me. The crowd's convincing crescendo of, "Oh, yes, it is," drowns the subject out and squelches any lingering doubt. The confused subject is left to stare back at the world's view of himself or herself in the napkin. Once when I was visiting Bob's studio, I asked him how he could capture people's personalities so well. He said, "It's simple. I just look at them." "No," I asked. "How do you capture their personalities? Don't you have to do a lot of research about their lifestyle, their history?" "No, I told you, Leil, I just look at them." "Huh?" He went on to explain. Almost every facet of people's personalities is evident from their appearance, their posture, the way they move. For instance, he said, calling me over to a file where he kept his caricatures of political figures. "See," Bob said, pointing to angles on various presidential body parts, "here's the boyishness of Clinton," showing me his half-smile. "The awkwardness of the elder George Bush," pointing to his shoulder angle. "The charm of Reagan," noting the ex-president's smiling eyes. "The shiftiness of Nixon," pointing to the furtive tilt of his head. Digging a little deeper into his file, he pulled out Franklin Delano Roosevelt and, pointing to the nose high in the air, "Here's the pride of FDR. It's all in the face and the body. First impressions are indelible. Why? Because in our fast-paced, information overload world of multiple stimuli bombarding us every second, people's heads are spinning. They must form quick judgments to make sense of the world and get on with what they have to do. So whenever people meet you, they take an instant marital snapshot. That image of you becomes the data they deal with for a very long time. Your body shrieks before your lips can speak. Are their data accurate? Amazingly enough, yes. Even before your lips part and the first syllable escapes, the essence of you has already axed its way into their brains. The way you look and the way you move is more than 80% of someone's first impression of you. Not one word need be spoken. I've lived and worked in countries where I didn't speak the native language. Yet, without one understandable syllable spoken between us, the years proved my first impressions were on target. Whenever I met new colleagues, I could tell instantly how friendly they felt toward me, how confident they were, and approximately how much stature they had in the company. I could sense, just from seeing them move, who the heavyweights were and who were the welterweights. I have no extrasensory skill. You'd know too. How? Because before you have had time to process a rational thought, you get a sixth sense about someone. Studies have shown emotional tie-ins occur even before the brain has had time to register what's causing that reaction. Thus, the moment someone looks at you, he or she experiences a massive hit, the impact of which lays the groundwork for the entire relationship. Bob told me he captures that first hit in creating his caricatures. Deciding to pursue my own agenda for how to talk to anyone, I asked, "Bob, if you wanted to portray somebody really cool, Intelligent, strong, charismatic, principled, fascinating, caring, interested in other people. Easy, Bob interrupted. He knew precisely what I was getting at. Just give him great posture, a heads-up look, a confident smile, and a direct gaze. It's the ideal image for somebody who's a somebody. How to look like a somebody. My friend Karen is a highly respected professional in the home furnishings business. Her husband is an equally big name in the communications field. They have 2 small sons. Whenever Karen is at a home furnishings industry event, everyone pays deference to her. She's a very important person in that world. Her colleagues at conventions jostle for position just to be seen casually chatting with her and, they hope, be photographed, rubbing elbows with her for industry Bibles like Home Furnishings Executive and Furniture World. Yet, Karen complains, when she accompanies her husband to communications functions, she might as well be a nobody. When she takes her kids to school functions, she's just another mom. She once asked me, "Leil, how can I stand out from the crowd so people who don't know me will approach me and at least assume I'm an interesting person?" The techniques in this section accomplish precisely that. When you use the next 9 techniques, you will come across as a special person to everyone you meet. You will stand out as a somebody in whatever crowd you find yourself in, even if it's not your crowd. Let's start with your smile.